can find Wendy Carlos somewhere here. There we go. So I got to pick some records. This is Switched on Bach. This is Wendy Carlos actually fucking around with synthesizers and making them legitimate instruments. Well, here it was still Walter Carlos, pre-transition. This is actually what inspired me to make all these interludes with synthesizers. Brilliant woman. No, I'll put Wagner back. I'll just take Bizet, I guess. And here, this is like it's basically like a split, but I don't think like that these two people were kind of jamming together. But what made me grab this was Georges Bizet, the Arlésienne Suite. This is actually, if you want to get into classical music, it's like a very kind of easy way in, because it's not too complicated or like cumbersome. It's just very, very good melodies and a good use of theme and leitmotif. Good shit. Good shit. Alright. Of course we have Creator's Flag of Hate. This is just kind of balls to the walls, angry music. And Mille actually came to our first show in Berlin. I think he really likes our music, but I like his too, and I want him to know. Hey Mille. So with these angry boys. I think I have it. Here we have some Angry Boys music made by Angry Boys. These Angry Boys are called Dark Throne. I listened to these guys heavily when I was a teen. I still do. And I think it really shows. I wouldn't say I stole a lot of them, but I kind of did. They're kind of the forefathers and kind of a huge inspiration to me and to the new record also. So this is something I'm going to definitely hang on to. Yeah. Where do you have Tom Waits records? Tom Waits. Here? Hello, thank you. This'll do. Tom Waits' Swordfish Trombones was a real... Actually, it's not my first choice. They didn't have Rain Dogs, but this album also, if you listen to one track of it, you kind of instantly transported to the world that Tom is kind of painting. And that's something that not a lot of artists can do. It's not really like storytelling, but set dressing. And that's something I wanted to do with Stranger Fruits as much as possible. I don't know if I made it, but he certainly did. Thank you, Tom. Oh shit, fuck buttons. Yes. And finally we have the fuck buttons Slow Focus. I didn't know the album title, so I kind of cheated. But, these guys have a really bizarre approach to harsh music. It's not metal, it's not rock, but it's definitely kicking your ass. And it's kind of eye-opening in the way that they don't really approach the harshness in ways you expect, so it really takes you by surprise, but it's metal in its own way. That doesn't really make sense, but as soon as you listen to it, it does. I've taken elements of this, or tried to take elements of this, into the title track of Stranger Fruit. Maybe you can spot the similarities, maybe not. Thank you, fuck buttons. Just checking if he's still there. He's still there. I combine old Negro spirituals and harsher music because what happened to Scandinavian people, or Norwegian people in particular, is that Christianity was imposed on them the same way it was imposed on the American slaves. But the Scandinavians, or rather the Norwegians, rebelled in interesting ways, and I wondered how it would sound like if these American slaves would have rebelled similarly. So that's kind of the parallels I draw, and that's kind of what I think is interesting. Also, I think we've come full circle because black metal has distanced itself as far as possible from black music, but to like reincorporate that element is like coming full circle. I'm sure you've been wondering why I'm holding this album and talking so seriously. Frankly, I do not really know why, but I've been told that this is actually the founder of Swedish heavy metal, and I just believe it because this guy is metal as fuck. Robin Blåberg. Blåberg? Okay. Good guy. Not alive anymore, I've been told, but good guy. Cheap.